The high Regency romance of Bridgerton has awakened the hopeless romantic in all of us. But alas, Season 3 is still miles away. From the looks of it, it would take another year before we see the return of our favorite noble siblings, but fear not, because for today's video, we'll be sharing with you a list of shows like Bridgerton to watch while you wait for Season 3, so keep watching if you want to know more. Starting today's list of series suggestions, we have the series adaptation of Jane Austen's unfinished novel, Sanditon. Given that the Regency era serves as the foundation of our guide and that Sanditon is a prime example of the genre, there is obviously much to be said in favor of it. Sanditon, based on Jane Austen's final incomplete novel of the same name, is the show on our list that most closely resembles Bridgerton. They both were adapted from works written by women, were both set in the Regency era, and the youthful Lord Featherington of Bridgerton is actually the main writer on Sanditon. They were also both shot in comparable locales. Fans of Bridgerton will enjoy seeing Rose Williams' Charlotte Haywood fall in love with Theo James's Sydney in the sleepy seaside village of Sanditon if they're looking for a love set in the era of extravagant parties and glamour. In the US and the UK, ITV Hub and Amazon Prime both offer the show for streaming. Next on the list, if you're looking for something grittier, then you might want to try watching Harlots. Make Harlots your next watch if you're a big fan of the Bridgerton era but are seeking something a little gritty. The show centers on Margaret Wells, a brothel owner and mother of two girls, who moves her operation to a wealthy neighborhood of London in the hopes of luring more affluent customers. Samantha Morton plays Margaret Wells in the series. That action directly pits her against a competing madame, Lydia Quigley, played by Leslie Manville, who manages an upscale brothel that caters largely to the wealthy. Harlots is fascinating for the way it normalizes labor, but there are also plenty of scandals, rivalry, and romance. Harlots definitely has a sexual theme as its main focus, but Bridgerton instead inserts it into a larger quest for love. However, it is a period drama full of scandal, bad behavior, and emotional narratives, much like Bridgerton. For US viewers, Harlots is streaming on Hulu, while UK viewers may watch it on Stars Play. Continuing with today's video, the next one we'd like to suggest is Hulu's The Great. For those who enjoy historical comedies like Bridgerton, the witty, sarcastic, and downright scandalous period drama, The Great is a more than worthy substitute. With his Oscar-nominated screenplay for the movie The Favorite, Tony McNamara already demonstrated that period pieces may be entertaining. This Hulu series, which tells the wildly improbable story of Catherine the Great's ascent to power in Russia, is full of delightfully filthy dialogues between Catherine, played by Elle Fanning, and her husband, Emperor Peter, played by Nicholas Hoult. The Great, like Bridgerton, may provide you with episodes brimming with titillating twists, brash outbursts, and dubious meetings of the minds if you enjoy a period drama with a modern touch. The series is available for streaming on Hulu for US viewers and Stars Play in the UK. Another period drama you should watch if you like Bridgerton is the period drama Gentleman Jack. The story of Anne Lister, a landowner and industrialist, was depicted in the BBC/HBO Max drama Gentleman Jack, which debuted on television in 2019. Suran Jones portrayed Lister in the show, which is set in the 1800s and tells Lister's true biography, but mind you, Gentleman Jack is a romantic story, much like Bridgerton, and is historically referred to as the first contemporary lesbian, with Gentleman Jack chronicling the mystery surrounding her mysterious courtship with Anne Walker, in contrast to Bridgerton and perhaps the majority of the entries on our list. Anything not a straightforward love story, Anne's story is definitely told through her largely cryptic journal entries, diaries with a word count exceeding 4 million. Gentleman Jack sheds insight on Anne Lister's relationship with many people in her life, Anne being one of them, through these enigmatic diaries. He also illustrates how much of a trailblazer Anne Lister was for her time. You can watch Gentleman Jack on HBO Max if you're from the US or on BBC iPlayer if you're from the UK. Since we're on the topic of biographies, you might as well start watching Dickinson. Dickinson, like The Great, minutes portrays a real person's life. It is done in a stylistic manner that may not be historically accurate. One of the key personalities in American poetry, Emily Dickinson, was a prolific writer. Haley Steinfeld's character Emily is shown in the Apple TV Plus show as a beginning writer who is fighting to fit in and is confined by society, gender, and her own family. A diverse and engaging ensemble that embraces the present-day twist that all the period dramas on our list are privy to is made possible by guest appearances from Nick Kroll, Billy Eichner, John Mulaney, and Wiz Khalifa, not to mention all the contemporary music playing on the way. In the form of a string quartet, Bridgerton also imagined itself to be a jukebox for modern music. Dickinson is available for streaming at Apple Plus TV. If you're looking for an unlikely period drama with a hint of fantasy, then you might want to try watching Outlander. It's difficult to surpass the hot romance of stars Outlander if corsets and puffy shirts and the act of lustfully ripping them off in a fit of horniness get your juices flowing. When the 2014 adaptation of Diana Gabaldon's books debuted, it was devoured by rabid fans who were eager to see Sam Heughan's Jamie Fraser, a Scottish Highlander in the 1740s, embrace World War II nurse Claire Randall, played by Catriona Balfe, and recreate the cover photos of romance novels you see in airports. Outlander is a popular novel series that was adapted for television similarly to Bridgerton. Even after 9 books, Diana Gabaldon's eponymous novels are still going strong. The series is available for streaming on Netflix and Starz. Another interesting period drama you should watch that bears similarity with Bridgerton is The Cook of Castamar. The Cook of Castamar, a new Spanish series that premiered on Netflix in July 2021, after premiering in its home country earlier that same month, is the program on the list that, at least on paper, most closely resembles Bridgerton. Both shows are extremely lively and are set in the wig and fancy clothing era. Lust is the main pastime of their wealthy, privileged protagonists. A duke who is grieving the loss of his wife in The Cook of Castamar finds comfort in a new cook who starts working in the manor's kitchen. She is afraid of open spaces and the outdoors because she has agoraphobia, so hopefully they can have it inside. Although there is a lot of in The Cook of Castamar, there isn't a lot of actual nudity, so if that's what you're looking for, you might be disappointed. The Cook of Castamar is available for streaming on Netflix. The next series we'll be suggesting takes place a century after Bridgerton's time, but it's still a good watch, so add The Pursuit of Love to your must-watch list. It turns out that people in England were still horny 100 years after the events of Bridgerton. Lily James and Emily Bickham play cousins and BFFs who grew of age between the world wars and swoon over meals together in Emily Mortimer's 3-episode miniseries The Pursuit of Love on Amazon Prime Video. Despite having vastly different personalities, The Pursuit of Love, like many period pieces recently, like Bridgerton, is infused with modern sensibilities and zippy energy, with Andrew Scott's character being introduced as the next David Bowie, as well as an adequate soundtrack that includes New Order, T-Rex, and other artists. The Pursuit of Love settles for infatuation and prioritizes friendship over romance, so the lust of Bridgerton isn't quite as strong in this film, but the feelings are still there. You can watch The Pursuit of Love on Amazon. Last but not least, for those viewers who like stories of being swept off their feet, you should try watching Poldark. PBS's Poldark, with its unending sunsets, waves smashing on several rocky coastlines, and horseback rides along various beaches, meets the bill if you're searching for sweeping romance with British accents. Poldark also shows a fantastically attractive dude with ripped abs emerging from the water in a shirtless fashion. Aidan Quinn plays Captain Ross Poldark in the series, which has been on the air for 5 seasons. Ross Poldark was a Revolutionary War warrior who returned to Cornwall after being thought to have died in battle to find his father dead and his girlfriend engaged to his cousin. The series, which is based on Winston Graham's books, progresses quickly as Poldark rebuilds his life, meets new people, and discovers fresh reasons to remove his shirt. Poldark is available for streaming on Amazon Prime Video, by the way. And that's pretty much every period drama you should watch while waiting for the return of Bridgerton. Or if all else fails, you could start reading Julia Quinn's novels if you've watched every series we listed in today's video. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like this. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching!